Welcome back with Vlad Briansky, world famous guitar player. What you going to do for us, Vlad?
I have no idea. I want to tell you about this guitar, though.
Yeah, tell me about that guitar.
Yeah.
I know the story, but these people need to know about that guitar.
Yeah, so this guitar is a Fender Stratocaster, made in Japan. The thing about this guitar, I was driving down the road in Pasadena, Texas, you know where it is.
I know where that is.
And we were driving through this, kind of ran-down neighborhood, and I saw this thrift store. And somehow I said to my wife, let's just stop and see what's inside of it. And we had a baby. She's like, well, I don't want it, it's hot, and they probably don't have air conditioning. I'm like, that's exactly the point, let's go in.
Nobody else will be there.
Exactly,
right?
Yeah. So I go in and I see this guitar laying on the couch somewhere. I had no strings, I had no bridge. And I just lying like this. And I'm like, oh, let me see. And I see Fender, all legit, made in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
The serial number and all that. I right away went on my phone to check the serial number. 1989, checks out.
Okay. It didn't have a bridge on it.
It didn't have a bridge, no springs here, nothing like that.
Right.
Right, just the neck and the body, but the pickups and the electronics were here. And I asked the guy how much it is. He said $64. I said, well, it's too much. Because I have to fix it. I have no idea if it plays.
You don't even know if it works. Yeah.
I don't know. I said, well, it could be garbage. I don't know.
Right.
$64 garbage. I don't want to buy it, even though it's not. But And he says to me, yeah, fine. I'll do it for $10. No questions asked.
Yeah,
Let's do.
we're
Let's
done.
do a deal. We're done. So then later I bought a bridge. I installed this bridge for $38, and that was it. And this is the guitar. And I'll demonstrate the sound of it. It's a
Let's hear that $10 guitar, man.
yeah, $10 guitar. Beautiful. Sounds beautiful.
You did good for $10. That guitar's worth at least $20.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And it has all the beautiful sounds of Fender,
It does have that tone, man.
Yeah.
And you didn't change any of the electronics
None
or
of
any
it.
of the...
None of it. It's all natural. All of that. So this is just what I like about this guitar. It's just as authentic as it can be.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing you can do with that. As far as remember we talked about the Ukrainian songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll demonstrate to you a couple of things. So this is the Ukrainian lullaby. Sounds like the song, right?
Oh, yeah.
But you can play this blues. Right? Right?
Beautiful, man.
But the idea,
What was that?
that's summertime.
That's summertime. Okay.
I mean, yeah, a little different version of it.
Okay.
But the idea is, it started as a theme. So without that theme, imagine it's just a chord. It becomes a blues.
Mm-hmm.
With that theme, you just add that theme, the Ukrainian theme, right away, right? So, because that's unusual for the blues, these notes. So it's like 5 and 3, 5 and 3, if you know the music harmony. So, that doesn't happen, right? That's what blues usually does.
Right.
So because of that theme, you can put a blues harmony on top of it, and becomes a very unique sound.
Right. It's almost got like a jazz flavor to it. Yeah.
Right. So the idea, when you have a good melody, you always can recognize this melody regardless of arrangement. You can always sing along with it, right? And that's a beautiful thing about overall any melodies. Like I was telling you about Bach, right? Even like a simple thing like that. I'll play it by memory. Let's see. Basically, the harmony here, I think this is Schubert, right? So I thought Bach. This is Schubert, but the idea, it's the same as blues. So the idea, it's all the same part of the tree, right? And if you think of music that way, that means we're also part of Einstein because we're all the same part of the same gene pool, right? So it kind of makes me feel good about it.
I like it already.
Right, but the idea again that it's all the same thing. If you play blues on Ukrainian tune and things like that, or even simple, let's say generic blues like 12-bar blues, if I would do something, it would be like. Right? So the idea is that I'm going with the same harmony, right, as Bach would do, right? It's just I'm playing a lot of things in between. That's all it is, right? So if I do,
You're just walking from one to the other.
yeah, I mean, same harmony what Bach would do, and it works perfectly with blues. What I was saying earlier, that blues as an art form has roots in classical music, you know, and it's something that people don't realize, how blues as heritage comes to all these greats, Bach and Schubert and all that stuff. So if somebody dismisses blues as sort of like something in the Bayou, it's actually wrong.
Right, yeah.
Right. So it's actually it's very sophisticated music. If you listen to early records of blues players back in the 30s, it's very sophisticated.
Sondhouse.
Very, very sophisticated. And the reason why they got this sophistication, because they went to church.
Right. There's a lot of gospel influence in a lot of that early
And who
blues.
made the church music?
Right.
Bach.
Well, you've been compared to Wes Montgomery, Ry Cooder, Eric Clapton.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people said about that. I mean, a lot of people said that Jeff Beck, which I never knew. But the idea is, I mean, these kind of things, these are kind of Wes Montgomery, the octaves are. See, I like these kind of things. For example,
So you don't sing at all, do you?
I used to sing, but
You used to.
I prefer not to. Here's what I think about singing. I think singing is good for the soul. I think singing is good for choir. As far as the solo singing and all that, as far as an art form, I don't think it's an art form because there's not much effort to singing. So
I don't know. I've seen some really great singers
Me too, and I
that
work with them.
stand out from the crowd.
I produce them. The thing is, you have to put a lot of effort to play an instrument.
Right.
Singing, we're already improvising right now.
You're just
I'm
talking really loud. Yeah.
Rap is actually talking. So, and we're improvising right now, but we're not using our tools outside of our body. So this is not an effort.
Right.
At the same time, if you look back at music, music as an art form was never sung. It started to be singing in arias, operas, to praise the king. I don't want to praise any kings. So basically the idea of sophistication of music is about the harmony and about the vibes that music will inspire you to do,
Right.
without the words attached to it.
Well, some of the greatest blues singers didn't really,
Yeah.
you wouldn't say they had a beautiful voice.
Yeah, but they had the sound.
But yeah, like Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Well, I would
he
say
could belt it out, man, and I can't imagine anybody else singing his songs. But
I would say Blind Willie Johnson. He's the guy who just hummed.
yeah, Howlin' Wolf.
And that was beautiful. You know?
Yeah.
So the idea was about not the showing you vocal, but showing you angst, or showing you the
Putting that emotion in
emotion behind it. I mean, it's all about the emotion, obviously. You know, because if I do something very quiet, you know.
She ain't no good. But I knew that already. To me, the notes are the voice on something like that.
Well, it's singing, but the thing is, the emotion is behind there. It's not about just the notes, the emotion, right? So.
And another thing.
Right, so the idea is you have to create the motion on the instrument, and that takes a lot of effort outside of your body experience. So, and again, I said before, there is no bad instrument. It depends what you want to put into the instrument.
Well, me
It's
and
your
Hank were
motion.
talking the other day about you can have several guitar players all pick up the same instrument and play a few licks. It'll sound like totally different guitars because of the way, what they put into their fingers and their pressure and the bending and the tremolo and just the way they hold it sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like that sound, for example, inspires me to think of Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't know why. And also Eric Clapton does. Right. Right, so that voice. Right? So these voices kind of create a very different idea how you want to approach sound, because it tells you, like, I'm gentle here.
Mm-hmm.
So do something to me gentle way. If I do like this, for example, I'm funky right now. Right, so this is a funky idea.
Double stops.
Right, so the idea is becomes funky because of the sound, or fool, you know,
Right.
like a really fool sound. Right, so this is a full sound. If I do like something, I had actually a song. This is October tomorrow. I made a song on the Telecaster.
I was going to ask you, do you have anything you've written lately that nobody else has ever heard to be debuted right
I
now?
do, and I want to release it. That's why I can't do it.
Come on, man. Nobody watches this. Play it.
It's a beautiful track, and the only person that knows it's my wife, and she says it's beautiful.
Okay, well.
But the thing October, the way I wrote a song October was written on a tele on a hot pickup here. It's basically it's like, right. Right, so it's very hot. it creates very different vibes. And then you go something crazy. Why not, right? Right, so the idea, it creates, opens up the sounds that you want to do. If you do bebop or things like that, you know, you kind of have a thicker sound for that. And then if you have thinner sound, you want to have details to it, you know. Like for example, I have this song. So it's a very gentle sound. Right, very gentle. Very, very gentle.
Have you ever played with a flat pick, or you've always been?
Yeah. The thing about the flat pick, you do this, so you can't do things like that.
Right.
So what's the point?
What is the point?
I mean, if you want to do just solos or things like that, I mean, you can do that. But you know, there is no point if you cannot do.
Got a lot more options like that.
Of course.
But how do you keep your fingernails just right? I mean, you're never out there gardening or something going, oh my God.
Yeah, I
now I
always
can't
have this.
play
In
the
fact,
G string
it's
on it.
broken now. But I remember when I was in New York, Paul Simon, he's a guitarist, and so he had nails on one side, and he always used the acrylic polish.
You have to keep them stronger. So they didn't.
I actually never did it because for some reason my fingers were kind of strong, but now I'm older and get fragile. So I have to do this, a lot of that kind of things. But
Right.
the fact is that you know, it has more control. You know, when you do things like that, you know. You know, you have a lot of full force control. You know, and you do see it like that way. And for example, if you do like a simple way of harmony, you cannot do this with a pick. Like I did a movie once, you know, and the producer wanted to do something simple, right? So I gave him simple. I just did a scale, and the way I did it is like this. Right. So that's only with this card.
Well, why don't you take us home with a tune of your choice?
Yeah. All right.
And but first,
Yeah.
where can they follow Vlad Briansky?
Go to Briansky.com. DEVRIANSKY.
All right.
Yeah, that's my
And to see
website.
What's coming up and what's going on?
Yeah,
I know
there's
you had a brand new baby.
Brand new baby,
Maybe a
brand
little
new-
while before you hit the road.
Well, I have a new record out, so it's
tell us
we
about it.
actually recorded at the Lubera Theater in Santa Barbara. It was a trio, and it was one of those places that you have to have a record because it's a beautiful theater. It's like a 150-year-old theater, and great sound. And you know, we have Brian Collier on the drums. He's a funky drummer out of Confunction and things like that. And then we had a bass player which I met and I played with him first time. Incredible bass player, Matthew Williams, and he is the guy who works with majority of R&B acts. You know, but beautiful. So we did.
Oh,
this
that was the
recording.
live album.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's the live album. It's selling mostly in Europe right now.
Yeah.
In the States, it's less, but in Europe, even though we did the album in the States, but in Europe, especially France, Italy, that's just
Right.
we keep sending.
Well, why don't you play something off of that? I know you
Okay.
don't have the backup, but
Yeah, but that's the idea of that album. Yeah.
All right.
So it's kind of interesting. All right, I'll play. Since we're in Texas, I'll play Texas
right.
Heat. It's called
Vlad Briansky, everybody, check him out.
Texas Heat, that's where we at.
All right. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
It's an
Thank you.
honor.
Thank you. It was a
And
pleasure.
thank you for being here too. Like, subscribe. We'll catch you next time. Thank you.
Was it fun?
That was
Yeah,
fun.
exactly. We
We could
talked
do that
and-
all day, man.
I know.